Sunderland will send it away, and we are underway from LA. And this one will be taken out from just inside the goal line. King Miller goes to the outside, and we'll see where he stepped out of bounds. They've got McCree off to the right and handed off Wayman Jordan on first down. Generally a good idea as he gets met by Ernest Hausman after a gain of 3 for this USC offense. Getting the start as Killian O'Connor got hurt against Illinois, will miss at least the next 2 games. Set up the screen, it's Jordan with good blocking in front, weaving his way through. He's going to set up a 3rd down and 1 on this opening possession.
3rd down and 1, you can do anything here. Nice call on the screen early. This is a defense that's aggressive under Wink Martindale.
Late in the season, he's gotten a feel for his personnel, starting to see that take shape now midway through this year. 3rd down and 1. Lyons, the tight end, in motion. And the handoff, Jordan surging forward, has the 1st down.
Everybody talks about Lincoln Riley and his play action in their pass game.
And there's a lot of danger around Wayman Jordan in this run game with the way Mekhi Lemon has played on the outside. Jacoby Lane getting healthier. Here is the first catch for Lemon. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands, and he's going to pick up 12 near midfield down to the 48-yard line.
And the first 2 passes of the game against this Michigan defense are screens.
Quick back to the line. Jordan stays in there on this entire drive so far. Play action over the middle, wide open. It's caught by the tight end Lyons. Went up top to get it. Big gain deep into Michigan territory.
Well, the tempo got Michigan. They were on this drive.
Handoff, Jordan up the middle, and delivers a little pain on the front end of that as he gets to the 25. Hits Cole Sullivan in this Michigan defense.
From a knee injury, but he is the leader on the back end of this defense.
Jordan gets a breather. Sanders and Miller both in there. And the handoff goes to Miller. And he finds just enough space to get inside the red zone. A 1st down to the 17-yard line before. And Miller stay in there. Lemon the motion man. 1st down from the 17. Take it one side, go to the other. It's Sanders on the catch and run to the outside, and he gets decked out of bounds by Moore. Right at that line again, it's going to be a 1st down and a 10-yard gain. Play clock down to 5. Here's Jordan. 2nd and goal from the 2 on the extra effort.
We'll see 2 running backs for USC today. Wayman Jordan on that carry. Eli Sanders, who just caught the pass the play before. Very different styles. Sanders is more of a perimeter guy, and Jordan is a bigger guy with a little bit more patience, a little more feel for running inside with Jordan.
He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. 5'10", 210. Following his blockers, he gets upended right at the line of scrimmage. Jimmy Rolder was the first one there, and it's 3rd down.
His development has really allowed them to move Jayshon Barham to the edge.
Rolder and Sullivan have been big pieces. 3rd and goal. Mayava to the end zone. Touchdown! Jacoby Lane. What a start for SC. Sairi will come on for the extra point. He's been filling in for the man they expected to be the starting kicker this year, Caden Chittenden. And Sairi has been off. Lane and Jordan all catching a pass. Sairi will send it away to Andrew Marsh, who had a breakout game last week in the receiving category. He'll let it sail over his head for a touchback. Let's go to KT.
Well, Michigan's first West Coast
move coming out here a day early.
From the 25, play action on 1st down. Take the shot down the sideline a little high for Donovan McCulley. And the first miss for Bryce Underwood, who's completing just 59% of his passes.
300. He's a much more of a threat.
And go back-to-back passes to start this game. Dump it off Justice Haynes. The home run hitter will barely hit a single here as he picks up 2 before Marcellus Williams gets to him for this Michigan offense. They're also thrilled to have both their tight ends available. Marlon Klein and Hogan Hansen, who's in there on this 3rd down and 8. Underwood, quick throw, and another errant one at that, looking for Haynes. It was going to be well covered.
Now off to a 7-0 start.
Critical 3rd down and 1 for this defense, and they're going to get the stop. Even on that extra effort, it looked like they stood him up, and Barham was the first one to make contact. It's 4th down.
Yeah, he just ran right around the left tackle, again, being off the ball 5 yards to start the play.
USC is top 10 in the country in both 3rd and 4th down percentage. They did snap it, but a whistle beforehand. It's going to be a timeout for USC.
Prior to the snap.
A fullback to the right of Mayava. Could be quarterback run here.
Jordan shakes free. Jordan got it to the edge. Across the 45, still going. And finally stopped at the 49. What an individual effort by Wayman Jordan.
Yeah, Hillman has a shot.
In the way they run the football in this offense, just loves the way that he has become a much more patient back. Quick throw, Lane's third catch. This time to the outside, gets across the 45 and then out of bounds. Picks up 8 yards. Wayman Jordan, we've seen the physical traits, the shimmy shake ability on that last one, but the yards after contact, according to PFF, third among power 4 backs. Ahmad Hardy did.
High school in Pensacola, same school as Emmitt Smith, was not highly recruited. Hutchinson Junior College in Kansas, had a great year there last year, and now he's a Trojan.
From the 43, quick throw, quick catch. Here's Lemon. Sheds one, and then gets planted by Rolder. But this offense continues to move. This one picks up 11.
Mayava looks beautiful right now.
8 for 8 start. Now it's first down from the 32. Ting Miller will bulldoze his way across the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Now last year when these teams played, and Lincoln Riley said, look, they've got a lot of depth up front, but they don't have those two monsters like they had inside last year. I mean, you know, Graham and Grant, they were first-round draft picks, and they're a little bit different this year. They've got good players up there, but not those dominant those to inside this year.
Empty set on second down and 7. Mayava scans, lofts, sideline, incomplete. Just past the fingertips of Jacoby Lane.
Yeah, nice coverage by that time. Jair Hill did a nice job of doing that.
It results in the first incompletion for Mayava. They split Wayman Jordan out wide on this third down and 7. Mayava, Barham got there, quick throw, Lake McCree with room to run. McCree got a block. Rod Moore to go down low, he lost the ball, and Michigan is there. Hill knocked it out. Scooped up immediately by Derek Moore. Takeaways. First run of the game for Justice Haynes, one of the best backs in America. Came in with 654 yards and 8 touchdowns, and he will stumble forward for the first down to the 20-yard line. Bishop Fitzgerald couldn't get there in time for the USC D.
Devin Tompkins, number 8, is the different packages.
Your number 2 is defensive coordinator for Danton Lynn. Underwood on the run. There's the fastball to Samaj Morgan, who has struggled with drops, 5 of them on the year, but this time he does make it a positive yardage pickup of 8.
Yeah, that's a good play all around because it's a good decision by the quarterback Underwood. He didn't have it downfield. Drops in it.
Of Donovan McCulley and Andrew Marsh last week in their win over Wisconsin. Here is Marsh, the talented freshman, turns it upfield, slips a tackle, gets it across the 40, and is finally spun down at the 43-yard line.
Really nice little play call by Chip Lindsey. Watch this.
4 catches last week. There's a handoff up the middle, and Haynes' stutter step move gets to the 45.
No, Noah, you mentioned that Michigan ran for 290 yards against SC last year. And I went back and watched that film this morning. They had 3 runs that really, with under 2 minutes to play by Kalel Mullings, but for 43 carries, they only averaged 3 yards per carry. USC was pretty good most of the game.
Underwood to the air on second down and 7 to the outside. It's caught by Marsh, and that's a first down.
Against Wisconsin, Marsh was targeted 4 times, and he made 4 catches. And we talked to Underwood like a fullback. This is the formation they used primarily a year ago in Ann Arbor.
It's Haynes looking to bounce. Got a block. Justice Haynes, first down.
Great block by McCauley. McCauley has become the GOAT.
For food poisoning kept him out of the Illinois game, but a big return for this SC defense. This time, Haynes has stood up. Jakeem Stewart, talk about a talented freshman. The sky is the limit for this young man.
Yeah.
He only played 12 high school games. He's supposed to be a senior this year, reclassified, and is already making an impact. Quick throw to Marsh. He bobbled and got it back. And then the juke move gets him across the 30 before Gentry had to track him down with a shoestring tackle.
Another nice block by McCauley. Blocking game in the last 4 games.
And a flag. Eric Gentry pointing towards that left side of the offensive line.
False start. 17 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
And it's the tight end Klein. Underwood. Pressure off the edge. Underwood can't get away. Fitzgerald came in on the angle and got to the big quarterback.
Yeah, he kind of fooled the freshman quarterback.
And Lemon will be back at his own 10 to take it in. And this one angling. Lemon fakes like he's going there, and the roll is going to take it out of bounds at the 10-yard line. This USC attack. Wayman Jordan. And he'll pick up 4. The Trojans had
4 yards.
Empty set on 2nd down and 6. Mayava 9 of 10, 106 yards and a touchdown on the first drive. This one over the middle, he just put it in the perfect spot. Walker Lyons, the soft spot in between 2, picks up 21. So a fresh set of downs. This USC offense already 169 total yards, looking for more with Jordan. Runs into the bear hug of Hausman and gets it to the 41-yard line.
You know, again, I went back and watched that game from last year. With about 8 minutes left in the first half, USC only had 14 yards of total offense.
Jacoby Lane has a first down.
A different thing going on here tonight. Orchestrating, just distributing the ball to a lot of different targets.
6 different receivers on his 11 completions so far. Miller will split out, play clock under 5 for this first down. Good protection, tipped at the line, and it was dangerous. Lions did have a chance at it, and it's harmlessly incomplete for SC. Their second, really third big road test, but the second highly ranked type of vibe, and one that could really matter for playoff implications. That was a backward pass that got scooped off the ground, but it's going to be a loss of a couple for the freshman Tanook Hines.
Well, this is unbelievable by Barham. Watch Barham disrupt.
3rd and 12, it's 3rd and 17 from the 39-yard line. McCree stays in the backfield with Jordan. Let's see how conservative they stay or if they try to let it rip.
Barham is over the center right now instead of on the edge.
They bring 4. Mayava. Jump pass is dropped by Jordan. He had Sullivan fully in pursuit, and Michigan gets the stop.
3rd and long, they chance
against an excellent quarterback in John Latier, who really made them pay by getting out of a couple of what looked like should be sacks. Samaj Morgan calls for the fair catch. He will make it inside the 15. A beautiful day in Southern California.
Sack on the last possession added to that.
On first down, it's Justice Haynes. And that is exactly what he's done all year. Another run of over 10 yards. This one goes for 13.
He just has such good linemen on the field.
You see the rushes of 40+. That was also his 15th run of 10+ yards on the season. Sets up first down from the 27. And he's going to chew up a couple more. Haynes just disappears into that pile to mark him down at the 34-yard line, picks up 7.
Well, they ran to that side with the heavy unit. Blake Frazier, number 77, is lined up as a tight end.
And that there is a cemented blueprint of how they want to do things, but he's not as stuck to it as maybe he was in the past. And this is the difference. The rip a little bit short from Underwood as he was looking for Morgan on the outside. He was open, too, for a first down.
And again, just...
Haynes, and he looks like he's got it. Just slipped through, slithering his way across for the first down.
That's a running back who knew exactly.
So sets up shot, first down from the 38. Feed the hot hand. Haynes, the stutter step, what looked like it easily could have been a loss, turns into a 2-yard gain as Crawford makes the tackle. And field for the first time. Haynes has 51 of 83 Michigan offensive yards. Underwood knocked away by Gentry.
Well, Gentry looks like a velociraptor out there. And he's 6'6" as an outside linebacker with a 70.
From the 41. Good protection for Underwood. Rips it. It's caught by McCulley. First down.
A man coverage. And you go to your guy who's good at making that situation.
Play action now. Underwood. Uncourts, it's Marsh.
The best throw in the game so far now. Watch, he's going to roll out with Marshall's shoulders.
Well, Justice gave Jordan so much credit for how welcoming he's been to make him feel comfortable. Here's a big one for Marshall. Good hole, finds it to the 20.
This is more of his style. He's a grinder.
Not sure that Morgan was set, and yeah, they did throw that flag. Morgan looked like he was looking toward the sideline, and Underwood didn't have enough patience for his wide receiver there.
Snap.
Team from the 24. Bredesen generally leads the way. You follow 4-4, the ball tends to do the same. And that's what happens here. Bredesen gets the block, and Marshall gets back to the initial line of scrimmage at the 19.
Big bodies.
Design run, Underwood showing off the wheels. Stiff arm on the outside, and it's a 1st and goal for Michigan.
Nice call by Chip Lindsey.
Per game in the last couple. Hoffman, the motion man. Handoff from Marshall. Patient run. Tried to get out of that tackle and couldn't. Gets planted at the line of scrimmage.
I thought Underwood was going to keep this one as well. Looked like he had some room to the outside had he kept the football.
One covers McCulley at the top. Play action. Underwood's looking that way. Back of the end zone. There he is. McCulley, touchdown. Michigan is on the board. Seven all.
Was max protection. You got 2 tight ends in the game. You're going to keep them.
Sunderland is going to send it away from Michigan. King Miller will take it from the 5. And Miller gets crunched at the 25. Time now for the Papa John's game break. Here's John Fanta.
Noah, we talk about the Big 12 Texas Tech.
On both sides of the football. And Joey McGuire has done a great job there at Tech.
Raymond Jordan on 1st down from the 25. He'll pick up 2 as he runs into Cole Sullivan, one of the most improved players. Jerome Moore set up the sideline, so King Miller is in. Jordan and Haynes both top 10 in the country in rush yards coming in. Mayava flush on 2nd and 8. On the run to the sideline.
Down.
They're going to call this.
Yeah, that's a catch. Mekhi Lemon.
Amounts. 2 minutes to play in the second. And Miller is wrapped up. That extra effort is going to put him close to the 1st down. Hausman had him at the waist. And it looks like they
did a nice job of just kind of riding this in a little extra half second. That's a defense respect him.
Empty set.
Now we got to watch the seams and the slots here in this USC passing game.
1 minute to play. Second quarter. Rusher up the middle. Leave it for Miller. Oh, the spin move. He lost him inside the 30. Hill had his ankles broken.
Jair Hill has had a busy night tonight. Some good, some bad. Here.
Now 1st down from the 21. 25 seconds remaining in the second. Michigan brings some pressure. Lob it.
Yeah.
They just got pressure naturally. A lot of times rushing 4. Different story so far today, and a lot of credit to this USC offensive line for the way they protected their quarterback.
Same formation for USC. They didn't change.
Miller out wide on 2nd down and 1. 18 seconds left in the second.
Could be quarterback run here too.
Mayava scans. Mayava throws. End zone. Lemon. Oh, he makes the grab. Touchdown, SC.
He's over the top to help if the route went inside, but the route went outside, and Mayava put the ball right on the money.
Zaire extra point makes it 14-7. Zaire boots it away, and this one angling to the back of the end zone. Let's go to KT.
Well, Noah, the good news is I did just speak to
Season and is fairly capable. Maybe not the home run hitter, but we know that he can go out there and chew up yards. Not this time on 1st down as he gets swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we talked about against Illinois.
2nd down and 10. Quick throw, quick catch, and it's the tight end Henson who makes the grab with a flag down at the 32-yard line.
I think we're going to call offensive pass interference on this play.
Well, a good sign right there, seeing as he's known Deuce.
Where the ball's touched, but it is almost the exact same time. I don't see this as a foul. Very technical.
So a tough break. brings them back, and the handoff from Marshall will get it across the 15-yard line. They will officially roll him down at the 18, so a couple extra at the end before Michigan started this game with a 3-and-out in the first quarter. Hoping to find a way to change that on this third and forever. Rush comes. Underwood escapes. Underwood, shimmy shake, not going to get there. Well covered by this USC defense, and Underwood could not escape Stevens at the
very effective so far for USC.
So the ideal start for the Trojans defensively gets the football back to this humming offense, and Makai Lemon will let this one bounce, and a bad bounce from Michigan at that. It'll be at the 48-yard line, just a 28-yard punt. Sets up this Trojan offense in business, up a score early third. Making his case once again. 4 catches, 63 yards, and that spectacular touchdown catch. To the sideline this time, Lemon is going to be... Because it's not that second touch. It was when he first gained possession, his toes might have been down. This time he gets blasted immediately after the catch by TJ Metcalf. And then a flag down. Lemon got tangled up with Metcalf. Puts the offense to a 2nd down and 20, or make it 3rd down and 22. With a run, oh, they're gonna get it! King Miller turns on the speed, he gets tripped up at the 20. A 48-yard rip on 3rd and forever. Handoff, Miller slips through to the 15. Barham, Eli Sanders also went out with an injury, so King Miller extended action. He's up to 82 yards. Give it to him again. Miller to the edge. Miller to the end zone. Touchdown. 15 yards, and the King sits on his 3 rushes, 68 yards on the drive. And he's got his 3rd touchdown of the season and of his career to make it 21. And he'll just boot it away.
Go back and look at this touchdown. The play is the exact same thing they ran on the 3rd and long. They're going to pull the backside guard and tackle, but watch these two guys.
This drive from the 25. USC brings 4, plenty of time. Fastball is caught, and then an immediate hit by Fitzgerald. Make it Eric Gentry. So Klein brings it in.
Against New Mexico, then an ankle injury really kind of slowed him down. They need him to be a more valuable person in this pass offense.
Morgan in motion on 2nd down and 5. Marshall on the handoff. Jump cut and a 1st down run. Picks up 7.
So you mentioned that Bryce Underwood needs to be ready for this moment, and I think he will be. And the other thing he might have to happen, if Justice Haynes, they also have to figure out a way to create some plays in the pass game down the field. They have to stretch this USC defense vertically a little bit.
2 tight ends here. Marshall with a handoff, and this time it is bottled up. Loses 2. Crawford first one there.
Now, you're not going to run side to side on this defense.
Receivers. Marsh has 4 catches. McCulley has 2 in the touchdown. Now here is a run. Underwood does escape to the outside, but does not gain much. Maybe a yard. The mobility of Underwood looks like here on 3rd down and 10.
I'd bring pressure again.
And they do. Off the edge. Underwood. Incomplete. One-on-one coverage. McCulley on the outside, and Nicholson was right there with him. This one low and a wobbler is going to get Lemon some space from the 28-yard line. Trying to hop through, and then he gets dragged backward. Again, the punt coverage from Michigan right on the mark. As Lemon is going to... And USC trying to drop the hammer. Now up 14, and King Miller getting it done again down the sideline, and finally caught up. Another gash. Miller from the 24-yard line. Miller stays in there. Up to 144 yards in the touchdown. Mayava, middle. It is caught. Jacoby Lane picks up 11. Now, he's 6'2", 10. There's just a slight 80-pound difference between the two. Who got top bunk? That's what I want to know. First down, fake it to Miller. Swing it, Makai Lemon. And the stiff arm evaded, but yeah, they had him wrapped up the entire way.
And that play worked earlier in the ball game, but that time Michigan was ready for it in the ball game so far.
That was a catch by Marsh. Miller, and again well read by this Michigan defense. Junior from Utah, mostly just to protect. Mayava has to get away. Mayava stays on his feet, eyes downfield, gets rid of it, it's picked!
Just a bad decision by Mayava. The turnover in the first half got Michigan back in the ball game. Got him.
And that one was when USC was threatening to go up 2 scores. Now can they pay it off offensively? Marshall snakes his way to the 10.
Well, they've got to stay ahead of the chains. They are not built to play behind the chains because they're not built to really just drop back and pass rush. And that's the strength of this SC team. They can rush the passer. They've got multiple guys who can get after the quarterback. So you have to stay on schedule. You can play action, and you don't have to just drop back and throw.
Second down and 4. Underwood to the air, wide open for Marsh, and he gets leveled, clotheslined on the back end of that by Gentry.
And he got the first down. Held on to it.
It's Marshall on the play. Jordan Marshall up the middle, and he picks up 12.
And they love this play. It's a little sprint draw, and watch Brett is
in there, the junior from Grand Rapids. First down from the 39. It's Marsh. Gets it past the block of McCulley, but only gains a yard. Nice job on pursuit by Fitzgerald. Can they find a way to get McCulley more involved? Saw him in the red zone with a touchdown. Now it's second down and 8. Underwood. Oh, beautiful ball on cue to McCulley for the first down. Longest play of the day. Another one right into the hands of Marsh, and he picks up 10.
You know, this...
Cusdahl stays in there at the back. Fake it to him. Blitz picked up all day for Underwood. It is incomplete. Oh, he put it up high for Marsh, and a transfer from Mississippi State in his 5th year of college ball. Cusdahl blown up by Gentry. Underwood, sideline, intercepted, picked up by Fitzgerald, and the freshman makes a huge mistake. Interception of the year, top 5 in the country, and number 1 in the Big Ten in that category.
Ruling of an interception has been confirmed. 1st and 10.
Thank you. Let's play ball. This drive will start from the 22 for SC. And King Miller up to 143 yards has the handoff on first down. Slowed down immediately. Good penetration by Etta.
3 runs, 23 passes, yardage about the same.
They'll throw on first down. And Makai Lemon, good blocking. Lemon goes airborne. Gets across the 40 at an 18-yard. Fresh set of downs from the 41. Miller, the speed on full display, spun down by Moore as we go down to KT.
Well, guys, Lincoln
Been the norm as much as it used to be when Pete Carroll was here in the early 2000s, and these are the types of games that you have to win to start building that mentality and believing in what's being built here in this program as Richardson makes the first down grab.
Well, and also beating ranked opponents, and they have that opportunity before them right now here in the 4th period.
He said he always knew the roster would take time to get exactly to where they wanted it to be, but the mindset would be the biggest challenge. Now the completion this time goes to Hines on the outside, gets inside the 40.
I just think the thing that has been on display tonight to do from down to down.
Lemon in motion on second down and 2. Miller and fighting for the first down. What a game for King Miller. 14 carries, 1 signature Big Ten type of game.
And playing with great physicality at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Cole Sullivan did get up on his own power after he was shaken up after the last play, and that's a drop. Hines was wide open
On that second down play.
the field goal range. See if Michigan can come up with Yet another big defensive stop to keep it within an arm's distance. Mayava looking to the outside. That's going to be a hold on Miller as he shoved down the rusher. And Metcalf eventually gets nice runs by Marshall, up to 61 yards now on the day. Let's see if they can get one more stop. Fake it to Miller to the outside for Lemon. He's got a long way to go, and he won't quite get there. Pepper will snap. Johnson will hold. Sayuri will try to extend this to a 17-point game. And Sayuri got it. Career long, and Sayuri continues to fire up his head coach.
Their passing game is so much better than it was a year ago, but it's still not dynamic. You know, it's just not an explosive passing game. They don't have receivers that really put a lot of threat deep on your defense.
And they gave up 290 rushing yards last year to this Michigan offense. Only 119 so far here tonight. Now remember, Justice Haynes has been out for a lot of this game, as this one goes to Marshall across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 31. And you mentioned that the passing game isn't
plays with your passing. It was too hard to drive the length of the field, just dinking and dunking.
Slight trouble with the snap. Underwood perfectly delivered. Right there. Marsh, nobody in front of him, and the freshman is gone. 69-yard touchdown. The freshman connection gets Michigan a bit closer. See if they get him off the field on time. They do, but some confusion on the defensive side of things. Underwood, end zone, too high for McCulley.
He had him. I mean, McCulley had separation.
It'll be interesting to see how that one finishes up. Same with this one, that's now back to a two-score game at 11. And Sunderland will boot it away. Fair catch called for and made.
Well, after the touchdown, Sharon Moore elected to go for two, and Bryce Underwood.
And if you do come back, you feel like you've got the momentum on your side should you go to overtime. But this defense is starting to pin their ears back a little bit more against the run. Rayshawn Benny, first one there to make contact with King Miller.
Wow, what a play by...
See what Wink Martindale has against this Lincoln Riley offense. That's up to 422 yards of total offense. Mayava looking for a chunk, and a little bit too high in the direction of Jacoby Lane.
Yeah, pretty nice job that time by Zeke Berry, number 10.
Out wide, and they're going to motion him across on 3rd and 10. Mayava lofts it perfectly there. Lake McCree lost it at the end.
I think he was down already.
And they are going to rule it a first down catch. So, or will they? It will not be a counted play.
Prior to the snap.
So you've got the talented guys out wide, but then if you overcompensate for them, you leave the middle of the field exposed, and these two tight ends are both able to get in the middle seams and make plays.
Officially a catch, and officially a first down from the 45. Brian Jackson now the running back in there with Mayava. To the outside for Lemon. He just squeezes it into tough windows. 5-yard gain to make it 2nd and 5. Do with Brian Jackson staying there. 2nd and 5, fake it to him. To the outside they will go. Catch, run, first down for Jaden Richardson. Marshall or others. Marshall now up to 67 yards. Here's a handoff. Brian Jackson around the edge. And Hausman wraps him up after a gain of 5.
A good job by McCree.
With another touch here. Scampers up the middle. And they'll roll him a yard, maybe half a yard short, as Trey Williams comes up and just gets enough traction.
Well, Jack, the best they can.
Miller, he's got it. First down.
Now let the play clock go down under 10.
Sticking with Brian Jackson now, the sophomore from McKinney, Texas. And Jackson gets away. Jackson all the way. Touchdown, USC. Mouthpiece or not, Pater sounds pretty good. Sayuri's extra point, 31-13 after the second touchdown of the...
staying in the playoff conversation, but doing it the way they did with physicality, defending the run, protecting your quarterback, running the football yourself. Credit to the offensive and defensive lines of USC.
And you look around, Underwood on first down. He's going to have to sling it, and he won't. He gets wrestled down by Devin Tompkins. Loses 11 on first down.
Well, when you can rush with 4, this is Tompkins. He's going to get pushed inside. He's going to spin out and get to the quarterback. You rush 4, you drop 7, and Underwood nowhere to go with the football. Couldn't find an open man at all.
Underwood, fade away, out of bounds.
I mentioned this game important for both teams, but when you look at what USC has to do from here, they go to fullness of Bryce Underwood. Happy feet in these kind of situations. Just not comfortable standing in the pocket.
With a 3rd and 21 here. From inside the 15 for Underwood. Shovel pass. Marshall gets to the outside. Stays on his feet. Marshall down the sideline and finally gets ushered out of bounds at the 30. It's going to be 5 yards shy of the first down. And now 4th and 5. You've got to believe that Michigan is going to leave the offense on the field.
Yeah, they have to go for it. That was an incredible effort by Marshall just to get
the field.
He's just going to need to pass protect right here. This has to be a throw.
Rush comes. Underwood felt it. Behind Samaj Morgan. Incomplete. And the USC defense puts their stamp. Handoff on first down. And Jackson, who had the touchdown, will gain yard. This Michigan remaining path. You've got Washington, which is going to be a difficult task. Then at Michigan State, who's trying to figure out the midseason woes. Home for Purdue, then the second bye of the season at Northwestern. That's towards Jim Harbaugh's record as the flag is down.
Well, they had a good road win at Nebraska earlier, but run.
2nd down and 14. And a major loss. Quick penetration by Trey Williams as he wraps up Brian Jackson. Clock will start. And they will snap it and hand it off. Miller picks up 2, and that is the 2-minute timeout. 1:57 officially on the clock. 31-13, which leads us to next week with USC and Notre Dame. As this punt will just fly into the end zone from Johnson.
Jake Davis from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Went to McCulley on the first play. That was strapped by Nicholson. Disappointed, but we'll go back to the drawing board, and still a lot in front of this team. As Davis loses the ball, he got devoured in the backfield, and Michigan does jump on it with Evan.
But again, this is a USC team that can rush the passer. Their 2nd sack tonight.
Just hand it off, and Marshall will get back towards the original line of scrimmage. Set up 4th and long. And Marshall, who is already feeling some effects over the last couple plays.
One here on 4th down.
Fourth and 15. Over the middle, picked. Bishop Fitzgerald has done it again.